Everybody, and welcome back. Today I'm going to do a spring inspired get ready with me tutorial. We finally hit spring. Not that you would have known that here in the Midwest on our first day of spring in my general area. Snow. It didn't stick, it wasn't a whole lot, but it still snowed. That's the point. So we're going to do this get ready with me and just get into it. I'm going to try and talk through it and go as quickly as I can. We know I tend to be a chatty girl. So I'm going to start off with the Maybelline Instant Pore Eraser, the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. And I kind of do a circular back and forth to kind of help blur out and put the product in my pores. I get pores right here on my cheek and oddly enough in between my eyebrows. That's where my pores are visible. And so then I always run some through my eyebrows. I don't really I'm not rubbing it in. I'm kind of just coating the surface, almost kind of like I'm grouting tile. So if you've ever grouted tile, then there we go. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use, and I'm going to put this on underneath. I got this sample in my Ipsy bag. It's the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye. I'm in the shade Tan. Perfect skin match for me, but oh, geez, this stuff, I might have put too much on there, and that's like all I put on. So emollient, oh my gosh, but it does conceal. So I'm just going to, see, look at that. I put, look, that was one little tap in there. That's so much product. I'm just really gonna tap that in to get it going. So I'm gonna take my Real Techniques beauty sponge, and I popped out my new one, my old one. It's finally dead. And I'm just gonna kind of make sure that's blended, blended in. So I'm gonna immediately set this before I even put my foundation on. I'm using some of my e.l.f. Undereye Setting Powder. And I just really want to get that in there and kind of help preset that. Now I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids with my favorite primer, which is actually my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Dark Circle Concealer. I have never just put this on and not set it. I think just because it's concealer, I mean, that's just a given. You have to set it, but to be honest, I don't think it would crease on me if I didn't. But, out of force of habit and OCD, I am going to set it. And again, just using just a slight dusting of the e.l.f. Under Eye Setting Powder, the high definition. And I'm gonna sweep that. I might have got that a little thick down there, so I'm gonna sweep some of that off. That's done there. I'm gonna go ahead and move to the foundation. I'm gonna use my Maybelline Fit Me Matte & Poreless. I'm in the shade 230, which is Natural Buff. Now you'll see that I'm putting it on real heavy there on my cheek. And actually what I'm doing is, I was watching an old Wayne Goss video. But anyway, yeah, he said to buff it back and forth into your pores to help cover them. So what I've been doing is, since I like to use my sponge, is I kind of circular motion it back and forth and really lay it on thick there. And then by the time I get there to where I'm, tapping it in, it does a pretty good job of filling them in and canceling them out some. So now I'm going to finish this off. I'm actually going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Dewy and Smooth Setting Powder, what's called Set and Smooth, rather than the Matte and Poreless. Just because this is a spring look, so I want to keep it fresh and maybe not as matte. And I think that when you put on the Matte and Poreless, it definitely takes you to that complete and total matte setting. Now I'm going to go ahead and kind of contour, bronzy-ish my cheeks up. I'm going back to an old favorite. It's my NYC Color Wheel, the Mosaic Face Powder. I'm in All Over Bronze Glow, and it kind of just looks like this, and you just kind of swirl your brush in them. So I'm going to use, of course, my favorite, my e.l.f. Angled Blush Brush. I'm just kind of, put in my contour a little bit there. So I'm going to kind of dust that up a little bit just to make sure that's blended out. And I'm not heavily contouring and haven't been. So that actually when you look, you see it's so subtle. And that's kind of the look I'm going for. I am so over that look. There was that whole, looks that need to die in 2016. I think that's one of them. So, leave that for the dry queens, I like to say. I wanted a real pretty, light, fluffy kind of color since we're doing more of a spring look. So I went with my Wet n Wild, and this is the old school in Pearlesant Pink. This stuff, is so stinking pigmented. I'm using my Real Techniques blush brush because it's a dual fiber and it's real wispy. And again, not, see, I started to do that, you know, that's habit. But I know where the apple of my cheek is. On to brows. So the first thing I always do is kind of brush my brows up. What little bit of brows I have. Fortunately, they haven't really been falling out too much anymore. They usually do. They fall out all the time. And I'm using the NYX Tame Frame Tinted Brow Pomade, and this is in the shade Espresso, which is one of the darkest browns because my eyebrows are almost black. So I'm using the Essence Clear Gel Eyebrow, what are you called? Lash and Brow Gel Mascara. So now we're going to move on to the eyes. Today for that I'm going to use my Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. And like I said, I'm going for a pretty light spring look. Yeah, I have the old palette. See that? Still have it. Still have it. Happy, happy girl. So I'm going to go ahead and do this pretty light and easy. I'm going to go ahead and into the crease. I'm going to go into Salted Caramel here. It's a real pretty shade. And I'm just wanting to keep things, and I'm using my e.l.f. Blending brush for this. I'm just wanting to keep things really light and airy. So I'm going to really lay it down like on the corner, and then just kind of go in and follow the natural contour of my socket, which is what I do. Some people go like straight across, and I have an almond shaped eye. So as you can see, like my eye is more almond shaped, and if I go straight across, it just doesn't work for me. You have to work with the eye shape that you were given. Yeah, we're just making this up as we go. There's Strawberry Bonbon right here. It's real pretty, pale pink. And we're gonna pack that all over. Well, we're gonna do, you know, like the middle and the, ooh, boy, this shade's really light. I'm gonna have a hard time getting this to show up on my skin tone. Well, maybe not too bad. Just doing the inner third. So next I'm going to deepen out my outer corner. I'm going to go into the shade here, which is called Amaretto. It's right here. It's just a really pretty shade, but it's going to really deepen that corner for me. And I am going to use, again, oh, I forgot to tell you, I'm using my Real Techniques shading brush. I just love this. It's really like a multitasker. It's kind of like this e.l.f. blending brush. It just does everything. So I'm going to go into that shade with that shading brush. Definitely tap off that excess. This has got some satin sheen to it, so you're going to get just a little bit of fallout. And I'm going to just pack that on that outer corner. And right up there on that crease. That's exactly what I was going for. See, just really subtle. Just a little bit. I'm going to pack it just a little bit deeper down here. Just a little bit. Like towards the lash line. I'm going to blend them really good. I'm going to take my Lab Squared blending, just blending and brush. I'm going to go back into Salted Caramel. Just for a little bit. Not much. More than I wanted. Not much, but just a little bit, and just kind of softly blend that, just so there's no harsh line there. Keep the, you know, makeup flowing. So I am going to take just a little bit more of that Strawberry Bonbon with my finger and kind of pop it right there in the center in case I lost any while I was blending, because you know you tend to, you don't mean to, but you know, the brush is big, so sometimes you tend to. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop that right there on that center, just to make sure that really pops the way I want it to. So there we go. Love it, love it, love it, love it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do my brow bone and my inner corner. And for the brow bone, I'm gonna go into the shade, which is White Chocolate, which is the big one up here at the top. Kind of a ecru or cream. So I think it works really good for highlight. And I'm gonna go into a Champagne Truffle, which is down here, which looks like a white shade, but it's got a really pretty champagne reflect to it, like a pinky reflect to it. I'm taking my e.l.f. concealer brush, which I just use this as a flat eyeshadow brush, and then I'm just gonna do my sweep across here, which I've done this like this is my go-to thing. I always highlight my inner tear duct no matter what. And I always like to use like usually a shimmery shade, because I think it just really helps open up my eyes. And I think because my eyes are so dark brown, that it just kind of complements them. So see, there's my pretty inner tear ducts. I'm gonna take my Rimmel Scandalize waterproof Kohl Kajal pencil in 005 Nude, and oh, let me pop up here so you can actually see what I'm doing. Waterline. Like, I can't even like pull down and line. It's just too, see, my eyes will start watering. So I'm just gonna do a really small demi wing. And I'm gonna use my NYC High Definition Liquid Eyeliner pen. I love this pen. It's a little felt tip pen. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. That's a little bit more than I was going for, but you know, that's real life when you're doing wings. Never fails. There you go. And that's how I do my wings. Now, I said I was gonna do a demi wing. That's a lot more than a demi wing. That's a pretty big stinking wing. I kind of, who knows where I was thinking. So I'm going to take my my It Cosmetics Smoky Liner brush, and I'm gonna go back into the Amaretto shade in the Chocolate Bar palette, and I'm just gonna run that like right here, like right just in between my lashes themselves. You can actually use a flat definer brush, is usually what I use for this application, but it's brush cleaning day and my brushes need to be cleaned. You know what, this is not going to be a spring look. This is just going to be like, we're going to call this everyday winged eyeliner look. Because there's nothing light and airy about this. Now we're going to do my dreaded lashes on camera. Never fails when I do my lashes on camera. I mess them up because I'm talking, so cue soundtrack. So now that those are on, I'm going to go ahead and come in for you. I'll come in real close when we're all done. I'm going to go ahead and do my bottom lashes. I'm using my Maybelline Lash Sensational Luscious. Love this stuff. Oh, it's so good. So what I do is I just put a little bit on, and I'm not going to run this through my lashes. What I do is I blink on the mascara wand. This helps kind of curl my lashes and then also sets the lashes up. I'm just going to take some of my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I'm in the shade 25, I believe is medium. Yes, 25. And I just put a couple dots like right on the outside by my wings there. Any concealer you have will work that's about your skin tone. And I'm going to take my pointed foundation brush from Real Techniques. Any concealer brush or a small brush you have like this will work. And I get right up on there to clean up that wing, and then just kind of drag that and blend it down. So I think that turned out so pretty. Wings, lashes. Them lashes though. Them lashes though. I think especially when you're doing a wing, especially if it becomes a heavy wing and you were trying to go for a fluttery wing, you definitely want to throw on some falsies, or else you just lose the natural eyelashes you have. Now that I have you back at a much more manageable distance, I'm going to go ahead and throw on my highlighter. I'm using my Makeup Revolution Baked highlighter, and this is in the shade Radiant Lights. And so I'm just taking my e.l.f. small taper brush is my favorite one to use because I think it's just soft and helps feather it out. And I'm just going right there on the top of that cheekbone. See that around? Oh yeah. And let's not use my middle finger. That's not nice. I'm gonna hit that Cupid's bow. I like that. And then I haven't been going like down my whole nose. I've just been kind of sticking right here on the bridge here, and not so much highlighting up across my forehead either. So last but not least, we're gonna do the lips. And I pulled out an oldie but goodie because I've been on this like liquid lipstick craze, and my poor lips are just so torn up now. So I pulled up my NYC. This is the, I believe, 24-hour Expert Last Wear lip color. See, it's all rubbed off. You can't even read that. This is in the shade 418 Sugar Plum. I love it. Guys, I'm sorry in the background if you're hearing a lot of noise. In a couple weeks, I will give you an update. I'm doing a kitchen remodel. So, by the power of film and video, so now we're complete. So, yeah, this did not turn into being a light spring look. We're gonna call this Everyday with My Chocolate Bar palette tutorial because sometimes it's out of control and there's nothing I can do about it. So I hope that you did enjoy spending some time with me today as I went through this not spring tutorial. Let me know down below in the comments, do you like it when I'm chit-chatty, or do you like it when I just soundtrack and get through it? Because I know that it's hard. It's hard. I think it goes faster when I'm just like being quiet and putting on my makeup like I normally would on any given day. So anyway, definitely let me know down below in the comments if you like this look. If you want any more in-depth tutorials on like wing liner, false lashes, anything else, do definitely let me know. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye. Grandbaby's here. Bring him here. Benny! Benny, baby, come see Gangy. Benny, come see Gangy. Hi, baby. Come here. Come here. Come see Gangy. Come here. Calm down. Oh my God, you're getting so big. Looky. Meet my grandbaby. This is Benny. Oh, dumbo baby. Oh yes, that Gangy. Don't let Gangy just did all her makeup. Oh, dumbo baby. Like, he's got my Ben. He's got my Ben. Yeah.